This Magna here. I've got a online fight. I've only just started playing online, so this is the best one of three that I had, the most enjoyable one. So it's Seleucid. I'm playing Rome. My opponent's playing Seleucid. You could get a quick look at the setups here, but basically I've got a bunch of Astadi and some veteran legionaries. I've got the Eagle Cobra.
Orders understood.
My general is just the cav unit. I've got 4 units of equities, a unit of elephant. I've got the auxiliary Syrian archers, a couple of units of levies. My opponent came with some Median cavalry, some camel archers. He's got 2 units of Median cavalry there, I think, and another couple of units back here. He's got Gema cavalry there as his general, some thorax swords, and some slingers, 4 units of slingers, and some pikemen. So there's, at the beginning of the battle, we sort of set up in this way, and there was this sort of skirmish taking place, which I wasn't really sure how to handle. I thought, well, I've got my equities here, and I would have my levies there, and I'd be able to sort of lure the enemy into a position where I could fire at them and engage them with the cavalry, because his camel archers could fire as well. And,
Riders, advance!
This is a bit of skirmishing. I wasn't really sure what I was doing. What I did learn is that the equities can really kill the camel archers quickly if they do get in there. Of course, he's being very cautious to not allow his camel archers to get in at my equities. For my equities to get into the camel archers. Here's his Median cavalry. The opposite is true there. The equities cannot really take on the Median cavalry. He's got 2 units there. Here's his camel archers. I brought up my levies, and we're just sort of tussling while this is happening. Nothing is really happening with the remainder of the double. So we just sort of played this part out on the side.
Cut charge.
I realised that he didn't want me to hit his camel archers with my equities, so I did finally try to hit them, and I did get in there to get them, and I've also brought my others over onto the Median cavalry. I've got my levies in line to hit able to hit his other Median cavalry, and I did do quite a bit of damage to his camel archers here. But then his Median cavalry come and chew up my equities. So that wasn't very good, but while he's doing that, you can sort of see what the numbers are looking like. You can see my equities now, they're only steady. What damage did I do up there? So we've got 49 camel archers and 58 camel archers left there. Over here, his Median cavalry are really dying because, they've got levy fire on them. But my own equities are also dying, and I sort of tried to bring them out to hit the Median cavalry over here. He's brought his camel archers back, obviously he's skirmishing with them. He had managed to get to my levies with his Median cavalry, so they're now unprotected. I realised I needed more in here. I couldn't take these guys on with what I had, so I brought up my veteran legionaries. I also brought in the auxiliary Syrian archers to provide some additional fire onto this group. I think they do get a shot or 2 off here, but right now what's happening is the Median cavalry here sort of fighting with the levies. My veteran legionaries get into the act. Of course, they've got javelins, so they can fire as well. The Syrian archers are, I think, they're getting a volley off now onto the Median cavalry, so they're getting a few shots in. Camel archers up here are kind of getting hit now by my equities. Did I finish that unit of Median cavalry off over there? And now there's just these equities which I do lose. So this was happening, and I think about this point I realised, well, I kind of got to forget about this. You know, I've got the legionaries. He's obviously not going to come down and attack them. He's sort of reforming over there as well. I brought my other group of equites up here. I just had some sitting out in the open. I got my elephants sitting in the forest. Not that it really matters. And you know, he sort of decided, well, I'm just going to move forward with this line. These guys are where they are, and you know, I've got some legionaries out there, so stop them outflanking me a bit. So I'll just go ahead and attack. You can sort of see what happens. They do sort of break off, but because I've got the legionaries, they were moving away, but then I realised, no, they've got to go back and form that line, and you know, that would prevent his Median cavalry. They do actually take a bit of a beating here too, because they were trying to go around my legionaries, but they're getting shot with a lot of javelin fire. He does get in there. I think he manages to kill some of that. At the same time, when he was playing over there, I think I changed my attention to over here, and I tried to do this bravado move where I pushed my equities forward to hit these slingers. I thought, wow, maybe I can hit some of them, but they did manage to get back, and then I just sort of ran across the field. I didn't lose them, but I almost do, and they sort of get off into the forest, and I push them back over here to help what's going on over there. He had lost his Median cavalry just now, so he's only got his camel archers up there, and I've left this unit of veteran legionaries there to sort of hold that off while we sort of start now the main fight, which is obviously me moving my Hastati into the front line, which as well have javelins, and you know, he's reforming his group a bit. I've got my archers coming up. There's a lot of reforming here. He's sort of retreating a bit, I guess, up the hill to get maybe a hill advantage. But as he's doing that, he's getting shot, and I think, you know, some of these units maybe do suffer a little bit as a result of that. So, you know, this Thoric sword here, he's losing a bit there. So I've got my archers in. He's repositioned, he's got his slingers up the back now, as you would have sort of a front line. A lot of javelin fire again, these spears, or pikemen, sorry, running backwards, getting hit by a lot of javelin fire. So the Thoric swordmen coming in now to meet the Hastati. Obviously doing a bit better job against the Hastati there. So the front line kind of starts up here. Some Thoric's spears coming around now to outflank. I've brought up now my veteran legionaries, which was kind of my second line, if you like. He decided to move his general around to hit my archers, which is a good move, I guess, because he does get in there to hit them. But he is taking some archer fire at the same time, right? So 60 out of 60 still, would be doing some damage. No real kills yet. I realised I had to hit that general with my general. I also could bring my elephants into the back of his general there, I tried to do. Over here the camels had moved away a lot, and I kind of forgot about these guys, but I did bring them back into the battle. So we've got the general here now, like, doing a lot of damage on these archers. I'm losing a lot of archers here. And I'm really trying to get these elephants through the snow over to these archers. You know, I didn't want to lose the archers, so I got my own general in there trying to do damage as well. More archers, I'm losing a bit over there. So that's kind of going on. And then we've just sort of got this front line of pikemen versus the legionaries or the Hastati, whichever one they happen to be. It's taking place. See this general, the enemy general moving around, killing archers. But I did get the elephants in. He had brought in his big cavalry, but those guys being chewed up by the elephants, I guess. I haven't lost any elephants yet. At least those big cavalry decided they're broken, so they kind of ran off. But as they're running off, they're guess they're losing a bit more as well. His general was losing a bit too, so, you know, he's getting quite a few hits from my own archers.
Fire on the enemy! Find your target!
So this is running through, but I'd lost quite a bit of my own general and my group there. You can see the front line, he just lost some pikemen, I think they had gone. So, you know, I've got my Eagle cohort, veteran legionaries, and now they're just sort of churning it out. Veteran legionaries against the pikemen there, Stardy. The other thing that was good for me that worked well is I managed to get this 4th unit of equities into the slingers. I didn't see that earlier, but I think that was a devastating blow for my opponent. I mean, I did kill a lot of slingers. He did bring back some swordsmen. He had to bring them back from the battle to hit my equities, to, you know, to sort of soften the blow on his slingers. So I think, you know, getting that into those slingers was an opportunistic thing. I'm running these elephants around. They started to run amok at the right time. They get through the Thoros spears there, doing a lot of damage to the Thoros spears. There's another group of Thoros spears. 17 veteran legionaries. I don't know what they're doing here. Running what part of the unit is. I was coming up to try to hit the slingers as well. So the interesting thing, I just lost my general then against this Median cavalry. He had brought his camel archers back, and what's going on up there is, I think there might have been the other unit of camel archers, so I realised I had to bring my veterans legionaries back. So I kind of got to look at this. I've got 119, almost a full unit of veteran legionaries that I'm bringing back in there. It's kind of important for the way this battle works out. So I had, you know, he's got his camel archers here. I lost my general. He hasn't lost his general yet. It's still going there, but it's kind of weak. I've still got a bunch of archers. I've still got a bunch of ammo. He's got his Median cavalry in the middle there. Still got my elephants. Okay, I got 2 elephants left that are still running amok. I think, and, you know, but still 2 elephants doing a lot of damage to these pikemen, I guess, because he's the way that they're facing or whatever, that it's managing to lose it. Not too much really. So it's kind of what happened now. He's got his cavalry's trying to, you know, to clean up my archers, but I did manage to get this full unit of legionaries down. And have a look what happens here as he's running off, and of course he's going to get archer fire in the back. And I think the legionaries also do manage to get a javelin shot in there at some point. But yeah, another volley of archer fire, and I think that general dies in under archer fire. So that got rid of. So we both lost our generals. I've still got some missile fire. He's still got some slingers up on the hill that are putting missile fire. He's still got his camel archers that are putting missile fire. A little bit of cav there. So the fight's now right in the middle here. This is pretty much where it all came to. Veteran legionaries. You can see he's got his thorax swordsman. Pikemen coming in now. I've got my last unit over there, which is the unit from afar. The slingers are still firing, the camel archers are still firing, there's doing some charges in on these veteran legionaries. And these guys are very tired. They flee and they break. I think they're gone now. So you can see the slinger fire coming in. You know, these guys are exhausted. His own thorax swords are tied. General dead. They're wavering, but they're still kind of hanging out. Eagle cohorts there's going through. Thorax swords guys here. You'd think he's going to win, actually, you know, because the Eagle cohort are good. They just died then, but they do provide a morale bonus to the people around them. So have a look here. I've got 45 veteran legionaries that are wavering. I've got this other group now coming up. They managed to get it, and I've got some archer fire coming in on that group there too. And here are the pikemen, 67. So really all I have now is a couple of archers there and this veteran legionaries. His pikemen are kind of dying quickly. 59. He's got them at pike fronts. He moves his camel archers, obviously, and his Median cavalry around to hit my archers as you would do. He's got his thorax swordsmen coming down. They're very tired. These thorax swordsmen are exhausted. These pikemen are now wavering and they're out. The veteran legionaries are winded, so they're not exhausted. Those ones are exhausted, so he's got an exhausted thorax sword up against my veteran legionaries. Look what happens over here though. My archers managed to... There's only 7 Median cavalry and 16 camel archers, and these auxiliary archers managed to fight off those cav units there. So my veteran legionaries did manage to fight off the exhausted thorax swordsmen. We've got very tired thorax swordsmen here, 72 of them versus... How many? I've still got 100 veteran legionaries, so they're outnumbered, they're in shield wall. And he's got his slingers in the back there as well, they are still firing. My archers have run out of ammo, so I do just bring them into the battle. I probably should have ran them over to hit the slingers. It might have been a better move because they do just kind of flee quickly here actually. His own thorax swordsmen aren't standing up to the veteran legionaries. My archers start receiving the missile fire, actually I think more than the veteran legionaries. The slingers are fresh over there, so these Syrian archers break off. These ones will break off shortly too. These thorax swordsmen are hanging in. Against my veteran legionaries, which are still confident, they're tired. The thorax swordsmen are exhausted. It's a shield wall they're still in. He brings in his slingers, I guess they ran out of ammo. As you can see, his slingers are exhausted as well. It looks like that as well, the unit. The slingers are fresh actually. But his exhausted thorax swordsmen are wavering now. They run, and all we've got now is my legionaries against the slingers, and the slingers, even though they were fresh, they gave up. So that really did come down to the last man, and there was a bit of texting at the end. We really, I think it was an enjoyable battle for both of us. So if we just end the replay, you can see how the stats turned out. I don't think my elephants did as much as what they could have. I got 140 kills, probably could use them a lot better. These were the equities I think that got through to his slingers, I guess, because they did get a lot of kills. My other equities didn't do that so much. My archers sort of doing okay. These levies didn't do too much, and then here's the infantry obviously getting a lot of kills between them. On his side we've got the camel archers getting 112 kills there. That wasn't bad there. Median cavalry obviously used quite well, and the general getting a bunch of kills. Down here the thorax swordsman did drag in a lot of kills, 191, 145. So there's an even number of kills all the way down to the last man. It was quite a fun battle.